broadcasting around the world.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension.
Bob Charles.
Oh, yeah, you got the Bob Charles Show right here at www.kinetichifi.com.
In over 100 countries.
You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into...
Bob Charles.
The secret of the technology used in the crystal skulls has still not been unraveled.
Bob Charles.
Don't forget, it's our world. Start taking care of it. It's time to think for yourself.
Bob Charles.
Open your heart to reality and to all the misinformation you hear. Just say no.
Get your dose of the Bob Charles Show 7 times a week.
Oh, yeah, you got the Bob Charles Show. It's Tuesday. Everybody likes that, you know. It's like, hey, it's Tuesday. Yeah, well, okay, it's the day after Monday. What I'd like to say for everybody, if you have any questions now today from the guest, just call 843-300-1399. Any comments, any questions, put them through. The chat box is open for business, so you can put your chats right on there. If you have a question, you can write it on there, and I will ask it to the guest. The guest today is Chris Kehler, energetic and quantum healer, distant healing, aura, and etheric template, Dowsing. Chris uses the pendulum chart method of finding the root of a heal problem for a person, animal, or plant. Chris then uses sacred geometry, such as pyramids, to neutralize the stressor in the body. Stressors like virus, bacteria, parasites, and heavy metals are moved out of the body immediately. Chris also works on such problems like spiritual attachments, soul issues, chakra imbalances, and much, much more. To the audience, to the world, may I introduce Chris Kaylor. Hey, Chris.
Hi, Bob. How you doing today?
Hey, see that? We got you 9x9.
Here we are.
Yeah, no problem. You know, I was reading, I went through a lot of things, Ned, on, you have the whole practice there with a couple of doctors.
Yeah, I'm in a holistic healthcare center with a homeopathic doctor, a massage therapist.
Excellent. Excellent. I need that. I'll be right up. if it's not too cold up there. I mean, down here, we're in Charleston, South Carolina, where the average temperature now is about anywhere between 50 and 65. And
okay.
Right now, this morning it was, well, right now it's 21 degrees.
Well, we're in Canada, so we go by Celsius. Right now, with the wind chill, it's about minus 35 to 40. Okay. So the actual temperature is about minus 30. That's kind of average for us almost in Winnipeg. But the extent of the cold weather, it's been 3 weeks now that we've had those temperatures. Normally we get about 2 or 3 days of minus 30, then it goes to like minus 15 Celsius. But this has been incredibly bad. It took me an hour to get into work today because of water main breaks and that type of thing.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Well, down here in South Carolina, nobody's built for winter.
That's right.
So everybody is outside. You know, they were, trying to start the cars this morning and nothing was happening, and tires were getting flat because of the lower pressure. Oh, yeah. And I come from the New York area, so, I mean, I don't have any problems with my car and that because it was built for the north.
Right.
But people down here, sorry about that.
Winter tires have a whole new meaning once you start going on ice.
Oh yeah. Well, you mean no tires? It's like stick your feet out the window and drag them, you know. Yeah, I went through all that. That's why I'm down here. But anyway, let's get back to a little bit of the story here. What's energetic and quantum healer?
Basically, what it is it's a way to remove a health problem from your body, and it works at the quantum level, which is, the word quantum means the smallest measurable amount of energy. Okay, so right. Quantum energy or God energy, whatever you want to call it, when you're working with the intent of removing the quantum energy of something from your body, it happens at the quantum level. So quantum energy has a consciousness. When you access that consciousness with the tools I use or your intent, it just neutralizes and vanishes from your body, much the same way that an opera singer sings at a frequency and shatters a wine glass. So any kind of health problem is actually no problem, as long as a person is willing to go through the process of getting rid of it.
Is it tough to go through?
It's not really tough at all. The way I do it, it's very, very easy on the body. For some people, if they're doing some type of quantum healing, there may be what's called a healing crisis, where a person feels extremely tired for a given amount of days, or they may have a detoxification reaction where they have a big headache or something like that. But generally, with the tools I use and my intent, there is almost instantaneous healing in certain instances, and there is very little downtime with any type of detoxification.
Oh, okay. So then, therefore, you, by detoxing, you actually get better.
Oh, that's correct, yes. When you're removing a stressor or a virus, whatever it is for your body, you're detoxifying the body of whatever is in there.
That's not bad. That's a good thing. That's excellent.
Perfect.
You know why? It's like, you're coming from the holostatic background and in your practice and things. And I mean, broadcasts should really not take a side in either way. And that, because what we're doing is we're bringing out the stories and that so that other people can hear them. But I have one belief. You should not cure the symptom. You should cure the problem. And holistic-wise, that is the direction you start at.
That's right. So every disease and illness, let's take diabetes, for instance. Okay?
Sure.
Diabetes is a word that the medical community came up with to describe the symptoms that you have within your body, which is erratic blood sugars, okay? So ultimately, there is a root cause as to why your blood sugars are up and down, okay? So what I do is if somebody comes to me and says, I've got diabetes, I say, no, you don't have diabetes, you have erratic blood sugars. Then what I do is I use my pendulum with a series of charts I've developed, and within a 99% accuracy rate, the pendulum I use along with my spirit guides are going to tell me what the problem is, where the problem is. So it's generally going to be in the pancreas. It could be in a couple other areas within your endocrine system. And then it's going to tell me what the problem is. So there may be a virus within your pancreas. There could be a bacterial infection. Could be a parasite. Generally, it's going to be a heavy metal like lead or mercury or something like that. So once it tells me what it is, I got a pyramid I use. It's a 5-tier pyramid, and you can see it on my website. And what I do is I hold this pyramid. If you're in my office, I hold it over your head. If you're on the phone or on Skype, which we do distance healing with, any city in the world, I tell the virus or whatever it is to leave the pancreas, and immediately it leaves the pancreas. So sometimes within a couple days, a person notices a difference in their blood sugars. Now, I'm not coming forward and saying that this is a miracle cure and it works by snapping your fingers for everybody. Of course, sometimes you have to go through a process of removing different energies that are in the way, negative things that are in the way, to make a clearing to get rid of the real problem. So sometimes within 2 or 3 sessions, you notice that your blood sugars are changing. You notice that your blood pressure is changing, whatever the problem is. So it is easily done as long as somebody's open-minded enough and willing to go through the process.
I was going to say that. You have to be open-minded. Because I was also going to say, how many people drag some... Because I've been dragged into places before. I'm the kind of guy that, I have to look at the whole picture. Prove it to me. One of those kind of people.
Right.
How many people that have been brought into your office, Ned, saying, man, this ain't going to work. This ain't going to work?
You know what? Very, very little. I've had maybe 2 or 3 people who've come in who said, okay, it worked for so-and-so. I want to see what this is about. I'm a non-believer, so try it. So 99% of the people I work with, they feel a sensation in their body when I'm running the energy. They feel a tingling, a pulsing. They may feel like a movement of being in an elevator type of thing. And they come in once, and they go, oh, I don't believe in that. Then they don't come back, and of course the problem doesn't go away. So 99% of everybody I work with are believers anyway. Okay, they're the people who are going to seek me out. They're the people who are seeking out different ways of doing energy healing. So I don't even worry about people who are non-believers.
You know, that's the difference between your country and my country.
There you go.
I mean, you got politicians in that they're right in the middle of your Congress up there, and that they say, hey, there are such thing as aliens. And they said it publicly. You know? I mean, they don't do that down here. Down here, they keep saying, there ain't no such thing. Nope. Yeah.
Well, you know, of course there is. And you can sit on the fence on any side you want as to do you believe in them or not. Sure. It doesn't really matter. If you believe in them, so what? What's that going to get you? Okay. Now, when I do work with people, quite often it comes up that a person does have some kind of alien attachment. Okay. It sounds crazy. It sounds really far-fetched and out there. That's why you say you have to have an open mind. Because there are aliens out there from different universes, different dimensions. You know, you just got to use your imagination, and there they are. And they are very much part of a health problem. So what I do is use my intent and the energy to clear them out, and it is as easy as that. It's a tough scenario to get your head around, but it is something that exists in the quantum world, and it is something that does cause a health problem.
Yeah, you know, it was funny, too, and we were just saying that the other day on the show. I turned around to somebody and I said, look, do you know what we mean by dimension? And they said, oh, yeah, we know. I said, okay. I said, then do you realize that there could be 100 spaceships over your head? So they said, no. Right. And I said, you know, they see them once in a while, right? He said, yeah. I said, that's because they want you to. Or your vibration rises up high enough that you kind of sort of just touch the edge of that dimension.
Correct.
So, you know, and people don't understand that. They look at me like I'm crazy. You know, I said, I don't know. I said, this is all true. People say ghosts. I said, that's just hanging over energy. I said, energy don't die. You don't die. I said, you just continue.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's so weird to try to explain that to somebody, but
it is. You know, and when you talk about ghosts and spirits, they are a very, very big part of the whole realm of health problems and things that are going on within our 3D world, okay? Everybody out there has got some kind of spiritual attachment within them, whether it's in your chakra system, your physical body, and the spiritual attachment, which is somebody's spirit who hasn't crossed over into the light to go meet God and his family, if they attach to your body, they are part of a component of your health problem. So when I am working on somebody, I pull out that spiritual attachment. Now, this could be from a past life. It could be somebody in your family who's passed away who doesn't want to let go. It could be a spirit wandering the earth who doesn't know they're dead yet, and they need to attach to somebody who's still alive in order that they can appreciate what's going on around them. So it is a very, very big part, and a lot of people do have a hard time getting their head around that. But when you remove that issue, then it's a lot easier to find the physical issue that's causing your health problem.
Absolute. I mean, it's true. You know, and like but you know, the world's waking slowly, but it's working. It's working.
It is.
That's what we're doing on this show, and that we're trying to yell out to everybody, and that we're in a lot of countries. So, I mean, right now it just came up on my Skype, and that Africa's on. So, I mean, you know, we have people listening to us. I have a question about the dowsing, though. What type of, I mean, what kind of chart do you actually use in that with, you know, when you're using a pendulum, in a sense, and then you're over a chart, what does the chart actually show you?
Well, the chart is an 8.5/11 piece of paper, and I've got probably 300 pages of charts, and it's a semicircle with slots on the top of it where I've got different words. So I've got 25 different words on each chart. Okay, so basically the pendulum swings, and it'll swing around the chart, you know, 4 or 5 times, and it'll dial in on a specific word that I'm asking a question for. So if I ask the question of the pendulum, what stressor is causing this body to be sick? Okay, it'll tell me go to chart 5. I'll go to chart 5, and it'll swing around, and then it'll start swinging consistently on the word Lyme disease or bacterial infection or something like that. So it's basically an indicator for me to work on that problem. Now, there's other people who do this type of work. When they ask a question, the answer pops into their head. So everybody's got a different way of finding the answers. For some people, it's muscle testing. For some people, it's doing a shamanic journey. There's many different ways to do this. My modality, my way of doing it is with the pendulum.
I'm still working on 2 words. So, I mean, we had one of our guests, in fact, was over here in Ephraim, England, stayed with us for a week, and it was funny. He taught me, how to dowse. And I'm pretty good when it comes to the yes and the no's and the
Sure.
the car or not the car, one of these kind of things. But I mean, you're way ahead of me if you got that many words going on.
Yeah, well, I've been doing this. I've been developing this for the past 6 years now, and every day, every other day is a learning process for me. My guides give me something new to work with. So, quite often when I'm going through this process, there's people who call themselves masters. When you're a master, that means you can't learn anymore. So there's Reiki masters. I respect Reiki, don't get me wrong, but there's people who call themselves masters. That means you can't learn anymore. Every day I'm learning. My guides are giving me new things to look for and to work with. The latest thing that I've been working with is something called nightshades for a health problem. A lot of people know what nightshades are. A lot of people don't. What a nightshade is, it's a toxin within a plant, and that's generally going to be potato, tomato, eggplant, peppers, that type of thing. There is a toxin within the leaves of that plant that prevent insects from eating the plant. Now, these toxins get into our food system. Okay, when you eat a potato, a tomato, you're going to be ingesting a little bit of this toxin. But what I've found lately is that a lot of these plant toxins are within food coloring, preservatives, and that type of thing. So if you've got a lot of pain in your body, which is inflammation, that the nightshade plant toxins or alkaloid will create inflammation within your body. So if the doctor says you have inflammation, well, why do you have inflammation? You have to go to that level. It could very well be these plant toxins. So by just using the energy and moving it out, all of a sudden your body isn't in so much pain anymore, and it makes a bit of a difference.
What do you do for GMO?
GMOs, oh, come on. You're putting something within your body that can't be recognized by your DNA. So it starts to restructure your DNA a little bit so your DNA can now recognize it and use it, but it just ultimately can't. So GMOs are going to damage your DNA.
Yeah, it's gonna screw you up really bad.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying that ever since they even came out with the word or whatever they came out with. But I mean, organic. Would you recommend that people eat more organic foods?
Well, the answer, of course, is yes. But with every good thing, there's a possible bad thing. Some people say it's organic, but how organic is it? And to find organic sometimes is nearly impossible because it's something that's grown in somebody's backyard for the most part. You live in Winnipeg or northern states. You can't grow anything for 6 months of the year. So there is always going to be a good and a bad with organic. You go try and buy organic in the store, it's going to cost you extra money. How many people can even afford to eat healthy and never mind organic? So there has to be a give and take with it, of course. So if you can incorporate more organic into your lifestyle, you're doing a lot better already.
So this is more or less an alternative for the poisons that we're eating.
Exactly. You know what? If you look at it that way and you start eating organic, you're going to find better ways to eat because now your body's going to feel better. When you eat organic and then you go back to GMO foods, you feel sluggish, you feel tired, your head feels foggy. And you're going to know, okay, I need to research and do more organic foods other than GMO foods. And there's more and more butchers that are opening up that are dealing with and handling meats that don't have preservatives and antibiotics and steroids, hormones, that type of thing. And you know what, boy, you can sure taste the difference in a piece of chicken that's non-GMO that doesn't have antibiotics and hormones in it.
Yeah, but there's other stuff though too that's not listed as organic, especially in the chicken. Because it's funny you said that I have tasted that was better because it was free roaming, grass eating,
right.
But they didn't say it was organic.
Well, to say organic, it has to fall under a criteria. So, possibly whoever is selling it can't call it organic because it's not 100% organic. Every country and every province and state has their own degree of what is organic.
Yeah, so it's more or less that people should get a better understanding of what organic really is.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not just a word on the outside of some store someplace.
Right. Now, with the tools that I have, okay, I sell my tools on my website. There's different pyramids, different rings, and that type of thing that do energy work. Okay, so what I do I don't worry about buying 100% organic because with the tools I have, I can remove the GMO from the meat, the bread, whatever it is I'm eating. I can remove that because I know how to do it, of course. And it's not that difficult if you're, energy minded and you kind of know what to do. So it can be done. If something is GMO, you can reverse the spin of the GMO within the DNA of whatever you're eating, and then your body's going to assimilate it.
Oh, okay. So then, therefore, we're not going to take the stuff in because it won't be there.
Exactly.
Oh, that makes it nice and easy, don't it?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you also use sacred geometry.
Yeah, the sacred geometry is the pyramids, the rings that I use, and what we're going to do during this interview, Bob, is we're going to run some energy from these tools, and whoever is listening is going to feel the energy within their body move as we do the session. Okay. So the rings I use do a specific thing. I have one ring called a neutralization ring. When you stand over it, it pulls any kind of absorbed negative energy out of your body, and you actually feel it. 99% of all people who use this ring feel a heaviness within their body. They feel really off balance. They feel tingling. Different sensations are there, and there's no denying that something is happening. So when you use different types of tools I have, they have a specific purpose for whatever you need to get rid of your health problem, to reconnect your soul, to bring you back and forth in and out of dimensions. They all have a specific purpose, and they've all been around for thousands of years. Look at the pyramid.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things on the whole planet. So, hey.
Right.
We have, when you use those, when do you want to use these tools?
We can do them right. Let's do it right now.
Okay.
We can do it right now.
I've just my assistant, my best lady in the whole world, and is sitting here with us in the newsroom. And I said to her, come in here, sit down, because I said, let's see what happens.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is take my large pyramid. It's about, 16 inches tall. It's got 5 different pyramids within it, different crystals, all kinds of cool stuff. So I'm gonna take the pyramid. I'm gonna hold it over the phone, and I'm gonna say some words, and you tell me when you feel a tingling, a pulsing, or heat, or something like that. Okay?
Okay.
And anybody at home, you listening on the radio, listening on your computer, if you could be touching the radio or computer, it would be beneficial. And everybody's gonna feel this. So I'm gonna run some specific energy that is going to do a mass healing for whoever is listening. Okay? So we're going to use the flame of the sweat to do a mass healing for anybody who is listening.
There you go.
There you go. So tell me when you feel a tingle.
I'm checking everybody out.
It's going to take a second. Okay, so that has gone through.
We got one.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, Di. Tell Chris what you felt.
I felt a tingle in my hands and my head.
Wonderful.
So you got that. Mine was my back.
Yeah, you know what? Everybody's going to feel it in a different place, wherever the energy needs to go, or however your body's going to release energy. So everybody's going to feel it different. Most people will feel it in their hands, their feet, or something like that. That's how powerful this energy is. It's the ultimate energy that you can use for healing. It's harnessing the God particle or God's love and light. It's pulling it from that realm of energy and just going in and healing.
Yeah, we also had another person that I believe Tara is also in Canada. Tara has said, she said, cool, I can feel it in my hands and my head too.
Nice.
So that's coming through. And
so now,
we'll see. Yeah, everybody, yep. She says yes. Yeah, she says yes, Canada. Yeah. So she's up there with you, so she's close.
Cool. So with this energy, because it is energy, it can be transmitted anywhere in the world. So I've got clients in Kuwait, I've got clients in Russia, Germany, lots in Europe, a lot of people in the States, lots in California, Florida. Certain areas are more open than others. So in the States, you have a healthcare system where you basically have to pay for everything. Why pay $50,000 for a procedure when you can do for, say, $200? Okay, like if you did 4 sessions. I only charge $55 a session. It's cheap, and it works. And quite often the result is immediate. So if you have pain or stiffness somewhere within that session, you're going to feel a looseness. Pain's going to go, let's say, from a 9 to a 4, and then after a couple of days, when the energy completely processes, you're going to feel a lot better. So if you do 4 or 5 sessions consecutively, all of a sudden the health problem is gone. Now, of course, it's not a miracle. It's not going to be that way for everybody. Everybody's different depending on how chronic your health problem is or what the problem is. Sometimes we need to dig really deep with the pendulum to find out exactly what it is, but ultimately we do find it and problems do go away.
So, in other words, you go through that and it just go away. They're just gone.
Yeah, exactly. At the quantum level, the energy just does not exist anymore. It just vanishes and disappears.
Huh. I tell you, that if that works, you're gonna be a millionaire.
Well, we're on our way. We're on our way.
The
hard part is getting people to believe this. Okay, getting people to be open enough. And there's a lot of energy changes in the earth happening right now. It's called the fifth dimension ascension process. Okay, so people are awakening. People are realizing, hey, there's something more out there than just what the governments are telling us, what we're seeing on TV. There's an energy thing happening, and I don't know what it is, but I feel it, I notice it. And I've got people calling me all the time, saying that they're awakening and they're realizing that something is going on. So once people really do realize it is going to be a very big issue, okay? People are going to notice that they don't have to listen to what they've been listening to all their lives. They know that a health problem doesn't have to be dealt with pharmaceutical. They can do it just by thinking about it and using the intent to get rid of it. So people are waking up. The city I'm in, Winnipeg, very, very closed-minded. If I wasn't working on people around the world, I would have no business at all, because there's basically nobody in Winnipeg who knows about this. Wow.
And the chat box, by the way, and that is telling you thank you, because everybody felt it.
Sure, absolutely.
So there you go. I mean, see? I mean, this is something that, and I don't know whether Africa did, but, who knows? It's long distance.
Well, you know what? Immediately. I work on people in Africa, Kuwait, South Africa, and over Skype I have a wonderful lady I'm working with, and she feels it immediately. She notices difference immediately, and it just works at that distance. Excellent. Well, we're going to take a little break in that for a couple seconds because we are also in Washington, D.C., we're also in New York City, and we're all over the place. So everybody's taking their breaks now and that, so that they don't miss you, we're going to take a couple of minutes off, and we're going to listen to a little something on the radio and that here, and then we'll be right back with you. Chris, we'll be right back. Awesome.
At Chris Kehler Holistic, we demonstrate real healing and real caring to your health issues and needs. Our solution for you is an alternative to the alternative. Our out-of-the-box treatment methods are aimed to your specific well-being and are quite different than most. Venturing down the realm of quantum energy healing, Chris uses unique modalities of healing, such as spiritual intervention with pendulum dowsing, sacred geometry tools such as the neutralization, divinity, and sun ring. Another tool Chris uses is a 5-tiered pyramid affectionately known as the Silver Light Pyramid to activate quantum activity within the body. Also, Chris Kaylor Holistic uses radionic technologies in various platforms with specific liquid liquid mineral ionics to balance out excesses and deficiencies within the body. At Chris Kaylor Holistic, our goal is to get tangible and measurable results in the least amount of time possible so you can carry on with what's important in your life. Another advantage to this unique energy healing is it can be done at a distance healing session, so location is not a barrier and can be done conveniently at your home, office, just about anywhere through Skype or telephone conferencing. Eliminate costly protocols, expensive monthly supplements, high-priced allopathic operations, invasive surgeries, and dubious medication applications that keep you trapped in a financial and health rat race. Get a specific, customized, out-of-the-box solution tailored for your health recovery. At Chris Kaylor Holistic, we are warm welcoming and want to put you at ease with your visit to us. Please visit www.chriskaylor.net for further information as we welcome your questions and inquiries to starting this unique journey. At Chris Kaylor Holistic, we want to show you that we are the alternative to the alternative and the out-of-the-box solution to customize an answer for you to spend less and gain more in your high vibrancy journey. Visit www.chriskaylor.net. Real healing and real caring to your health needs.
The most important number in your life. It might be your personal credit score. It affects everything in your life. Do you know how to read a credit report? How can you fix something if you don't even know it's broken? TurnScore is your personal credit valet. Simple, safe, secure, and you can manage your personal credit profile from the privacy of your home or office. Take control of your credit score today at turnscore.com. That's TURNSCOR.com. TurnScore, changing lives one credit score at a time.
If you're a mortgage broker, a real estate professional, a car dealer, general manager, an insurance broker, or a company human resource manager, you can actually join this program and give credit repair away for free to people who can't do business with you because their credit is bad. Call Atlantic Repair LLC at 888-957-1118 to schedule a meeting with a representative today. Again, that number is 888-957-1118. We want to hear from you today. You're on the Bob Charles Show right here at www.kinetichi5.com on the Pyramid One Network. We have Chris Kehler on the phone right now in Canada and giving you better information than you're going to get anywhere else. As a matter of fact, Chris, we have somebody here that that had a question for you.
Absolutely.
Now, I want to know if it was easily to learn to change the GMO foods into natural foods.
It can be done, no problem, as long as you know what to do with it, okay? Mm-hmm. So if you have very strong energetic intent, you can just do it with your hands. It's not going to go to a deep level as using my tools will, but it can change it. So if you just use the intent, you put your hands on your food and just say, transmute all inorganic within this food to organic. it will start to change at the quantum level. But when you do it with your hands or your intent, it is going to take a little bit, so your food might be cold by then. If you use the tools, it happens almost instantaneously within a couple seconds. So if you're a person who does have any kind of reactions or allergies when you ingest GMO foods, you'll notice that the reactions aren't as strong as they normally are when you do that.
So this is in a way like the Kuan Yin water blessings, where you put energy and intent.
Yeah, that's correct. There's what I like to say. There's many ways to cook a potato. So there's lots of different modalities and schools out there that'll tell you can do it this way or that way. When you say a prayer over your food, you give thanks for it. You're actually blessing the food with quantum energy, so your body can absorb it better. So it, you can do a prayer. You can use my tools. You can use Reiki. You can use all different types of blessings on your food, so your body absorbs it a lot better.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So there you go. How's that for questions? Woo! We got them all over. Yeah, I tell you, if people just knew more about this. I mean, you're sitting all the way up there in Canada, and it's like let's get you out into the public a little bit more.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do with this. Okay, there's lots of people who are very successful with doing energy healing, but they keep it close to them, and they don't really get the word out there. They don't really publicize it because they don't want people to be asking questions and the governments like Health Canada and the FDA coming down on them and that type of thing. What I'm trying to do with this, I'm so confident and I believe in this so much that I need to educate the public all around the world that there is something better out there. Now, I'm not saying dump all your medications. But what I advocate is that we work along with the medical system, along with your doctor, to get rid of your health problems. So I am working with some people whose doctors are open-minded, and we do communicate back and forth. I tell them what I'm working on, and I get results from MRIs from their doctors, and we work together to help a person, because there are doctors out there who really, really care about getting rid of your health problems instead of making money off pharmaceuticals. And more doctors are realizing that working with energy healing and their type of work, that a problem can get dealt with.
We got to talk off the show because there are other ways. Because first of all, that I don't care who they are, what rock they're under, and that my assistants will find them. So
nice.
so much for that. The stressors that you put on here, like virus, bacteria, parasites, heavy metals, and things like that leaves the body like right away. But is this something that's like permanent? I mean, it's not something that you just feel for a short time?
Generally what happens is when this stressor goes away, let's say it's a parasite in your skin and it's causing a rash and it's within your hands and it's dry and cracked. Within a couple days, it goes away. If you absorb another parasite, if there is a source that you're getting parasites from, of course it's going to come back. As long as there's no source, it's going to stay away forever. It doesn't go away and then come back. A lot of weak energy modalities, or somebody who's not as strong energetically, will get rid of the problem at a certain level, but it will come back because they don't go deep enough. The tools enable me to do that. So generally, yes, when I do work on something, it doesn't come back.
Excellent. See, that's the way to do it. And then you also work on, and here's one. I mean, this is like really. I mean, this is one of my best ones. Chakras. Yes. We talk about them now. We were also talking about aliens before. So I mean, they're kind of sort of in the same ballpark.
That's right. Of course, now if you cut your body open, anybody who knows what the chakra system is, you're not going to see a chakra sitting there. It's within a dimensional level within your body. It's an energy center, just like the meridians. If somebody gets acupuncture done, if you opened up your arm, you're not going to see a meridian line. It's a line of energy that is worked with to facilitate the flow of energy. What the chakras are, they're energy centers. There's 8 of them within your body. A lot of people say, no, there's only 7. But there is actually 8. And they start at the top of your head and run all the way down your body and to your groin area. And then there's another one a foot below your feet called the zero chakra, which is a grounding chakra. It's incredibly important that chakra is operational. Your body is an electrical appliance, okay? If energy or electricity isn't flowing through your body properly, it's going to get stuck at a certain area, and you're not going to have a flow of energy. It's going to bottle up there, and it's going to create subsequent health problems down the road. So it's very important to work on the chakra system. People who do Reiki explicitly do this. They work on the chakras, but you have to know what is in the chakra that's causing a problem. You can do general clearings on the chakra, but if you don't remove the alien attachment, poltergeist, the spiritual attachment, then you're going to have a bottleneck of energy within your body.
So then when I tell people that to go walk out when it's warm out, not when it's 21 degrees, but when it's nice outside, to walk outside with bare feet on the ground, on the dirt and everything else, that's like charging your battery.
Well, what you're doing when you're walking barefoot on the ground, especially on the grass or sand, anywhere that's natural earth, you're absorbing negative ions through your chakra system. Negative ions are the good ions. Positive ions, bad ions. What these ions do is allow a flow of energy. The Earth is charged daily by lightning strikes with negative ions, okay? When you absorb these ions, it's a good thing. There's certain salt lamps that you can buy that emit negative ions. You can buy bed sheets or mats that you plug into the wall that take the ground from the house that you're in and pull the ground energy, the negative ions, into your body, helps to fight inflammation. Okay, so negative ions are a very important factor of energy within your body. If you can absorb them on a daily basis, you're going to be doing a lot better for your health.
Excellent. See, so I'm not that nuts in that when I tell people to do that. Now, we're also talking about, when we're talking about things like food and the things that we intake into our body, how about any kind of defense? Then this is going to sound a little crazy, but we've got a lot of radiation problems on this planet right now. I mean, like I don't know whether you saw the article that came out this morning. Russia was saying that in Japan they had an underground blow-up of one of the nuclear facilities.
Yeah, right now there's a China syndrome going on in Fukushima. The uranium rods are going through the planet. They're doing a China syndrome thing.
Yeah, so I mean that's we're going to get a lot of blowback from that stuff.
That's right.
And now they got people out buying iodine pills.
Yeah. Now you got to be really careful with iodine. If you've got too much iodine in your system, you can do damage to your liver. Your liver is going to enlarge, so you got to be careful. There's a fine line with iodine. Okay, potassium iodine is a specific one you want to use. Now, what I recommend, if you want to go ahead and use iodine, research somebody like me who can measure how much iodine you need to take per day. Everybody's different. Okay. So I use my pendulum to measure mineral components in your body, mineral levels and deficiencies. I can tell you exactly how much iodine you need to take and how many days of the week you need to take it. Now, that is one way to help prevent radiation exposure. There is another way. There's a mineral from Russia. It's called shungite. A lot of people know about it. It's a relatively new mineral on the scene in the energy world. It's probably 10, 15 years old. What this mineral does, it works almost like a carbon atom where it's absorbent. So this mineral, if you wear a pendant, if you carry around a pyramid of it or a sphere, it's going to absorb radiation. It's going to absorb EMFs, ELFs on a daily basis, so it doesn't affect your body so much. And what you need to do with this mineral, of course, you're going to wear it. It's going to absorb. You need to clear it out. So the tools that I have, the little $50 neutralization rings, are going to remove the radiation, the EMFs and ELFs from this shungite mineral, and then you can keep on reusing it. So that mineral in itself is a very big component to help with radiation.
I wonder if they're going to share.
You can buy this stuff. I've got thousands of dollars of it sitting in my office, and I sell it on my website like crazy. The pendants go very well. I've got shungite that you put in your water to absorb garbage out of your water and to enhance the energy of your water. So it's very, very available. You can buy it at a lot of different places.
Then that's an excellent method to get rid of all that stuff.
It is. It is.
Yeah. You also have on the website, let me see, Radionics?
Yeah, what I do with Radionics is the use of frequencies. Everything in our bodies, everything around us vibrates at its own frequency. You can't see it vibrating or moving, but there is a vibrational rate to it. So what I do with Radionics is I take vibrations and I charge wristbands with it. So I have a very successful wristband. If you have problems sleeping, you wear this wristband. There's a 95% chance you're going to sleep a lot better when you wear this wristband. I sell a lot of those. I've got some for energy. I've got some for stress. And I can even custom make one if need be. The one I use for my migraines works very well. There's lots of different ones. Of course, you have to realize everybody's different. Everybody has a sleep problem for different reasons. So if this doesn't work for you, it means that you need something different. But generally, I put something together that's going to work on a good 75 to 80% of the population. I don't sell anything that doesn't work. Okay, I need credibility. I need people to know this does work, so that they can have a comfort level with it.
That's you know what my assistant just said to me. She said we need one for the dog. He likes.
Well, it works on everything. Anything with a pulse or energy, it works.
Yeah, he's got allergies, so. And stress.
Yeah, well, allergies are generally going to be either a heavy metal or a parasite. If I do live blood analysis in my office, and 90% of the people who come in have a health problem that they've seen specialists for, they've gone to doctors for years, and they have this allergy issue. If you look at your blood, take a drop out of your finger, put it in this microscope, immediately you see parasites in the blood. Get rid of the parasites. I always tell everybody, if you got a health problem, do a parasite cleanse. If it doesn't work, then you have to go to another level. But 90%, about 70% of all health problems have a parasitic component, which means your body is acidic, which means you got to change the way you eat. You got to get rid of candida. Lots of different things are involved with that. So if you can do a good general clearing of these types of problems from your body, not just at an energy level, but at a nutrition level, then your health gets better. Look how we eat nowadays. Everything is prepackaged in a box. It's fast food. It's garbage. Okay, garbage in, your body is going to suffer. Eat good food like organic food. Eat good food. Do some juicing. Juicing is fabulous. My friend Hayden's listening right now. He's a big advocate of juicing, and he changed his life in a big way just by juicing.
What is he using the juicer?
Oh, all different types of things. There's kale is a very good one. Watermelon is a very, very good thing to juice. Lots of nutrients there. It's a matter of bombarding your body with nutrients. If you're going to eat the amount of food that you get when you juice, you're not going to be able to eat it all because you need so much.
So it's not really what you eat in bulk. It's what you actually eat.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, too many people that are going to burger this and burger that and all these, short order places and that, and they're screwing their bodies up even more when really all they have to do now is just eat what their body needs.
That's right. There's different ways of following that up. You can eat for blood type. You can just, be conscious of what you're eating. Read the label. Here's a scenario.
If you can read the label.
Yeah. Go to any store, pick up any box of something, and have a look at the label and look to see how much sugar is within the product. You will not find any label anywhere in the world that has the sugar component within that food because it's not necessary. Sugar is the biggest culprit of probably every health problem that you can find. Sugar makes your body acidic. Sugar makes your pancreas work too hard. There's diabetes. All different types of things are due to sugar. And there's probably 20 different forms of sugar. You got corn sugar, fructose, sucrose. All these different types of sugar are still sugar. So ultimately, if you can knock the sugar out of your diet, stop drinking those big gulps. Stop drinking soda pop. That stuff's going to kill you. Coca-Cola was first designed to clean engine parts. Okay, because it's acidic.
It's funny.
You know how much sugar they got to put in Coca-Cola so you can drink it and don't throw up? It's amazing how much sugar is in there.
Well, yeah, because I told somebody, and this is, I mean, I'm not a young guy, so I mean a long time ago, that was when Coke was Coke, you could actually put that stuff on a car, and you could actually bubble the paint.
That's right. Put a penny in some Coke and see what happens.
And it comes out clean.
I don't want Coca-Cola coming knocking on my door. I mean, let's just pretend that we're not beating them up too much. But you know, it is bad for you. It is an epidemic.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I think they you know, people go for taste, but I mean, let's face it. I mean, I'll take flavored water with a natural. I don't know. Like I usually get sparkling water with cherry juice.
Sure. You know what? That's a heck of a lot better than a soft drink.
Yeah. So I mean, no better. But I never drank water before. But with all this junk that's coming out in all these products, I mean, it scares me. I mean, it's like, hey, listen, I want to be here tomorrow, and I'm scheduled all the way through February. So I mean, hey, I want to be here for the last show.
Yeah, exactly. And then it comes back to GMOs. If you look at Europe, they don't allow Monsanto GMOs into any of their food. They said, no, we don't want it. Look at the States. They're like, yeah, come on in. Give us the money. We'll put it in our foods, and we can control the population. How does that sound? Yeah,
well, that's what I think their initiative was in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's just too strange. You know, why do something to food? Well, here's one for you. The GMO, and believe it or not, I had a bee expert on the show. And she turned around and she said, look, she says, the reason why, she said, we're having problems and they're keeping bumblebees where they're supposed to be, and that's on the food, is because the food is killing the bees.
Yes.
So go figure. When the bees are gone, then the only thing you got left is the guy who made the seed.
Right.
So I don't know. You know, it's like, like anything else. The guy who's got the food, he's the boss.
That's right. You control the food. You control the population.
Yeah. So I mean, and what you're doing holistically is going to give it back to us.
Right.
Which is an excellent thing. I can definitely go with that one. You also had soul issues and aura. Pick one.
Correct.
Go ahead.
Well, when you work in the aura is the energy around your body, and there's different, we're going to say, rooms within that aura, and they have specific uses. Okay, so let's take the etheric template. The etheric template within your aura is a blueprint of your body. So everything exists. Now, the best way to describe so people can realize and visualize what it's all about, everybody's heard of something called phantom pain. So you get a leg cut off in an injury or something, but that leg still hurts. Okay, some people can say they still feel the leg. That's because that leg still exists within the etheric template. So your body reads the etheric template, and it feeds and works off of that. Quite often, if somebody's going to get cancer or some type of disease, it's going to start in the etheric template. You're going to get symptoms within your body, but when the medical community goes in and tries to find it, they can't find anything. That's because there's nothing going on in your body. You're just getting the symptom from the etheric template. Okay? So quite often I have to go into the etheric template and do the clearing. So here's a case sample. I was working on a dog. The dog is about 20 years old. It's an older dog.
Ouch.
It had spleen cancer. So they removed the spleen from the dog. And the dog's health is going down, down, down. And my pendulum kept on saying, work on the spleen. And I was like, well, the dog doesn't have a spleen. It kept on saying, work on the spleen. Okay, so let's work on the spleen. So I cleared out the spleen. All of a sudden, the next day, the dog is like a puppy running around. So it's very important to work on the energy component of the body and the physical body. But ultimately, if you don't work on the energy component, the problem may go away a little bit and then come back. And eventually just not go away. So it is very important to work within the aura, okay? There's the astral body, the causal body, physical body. Now, with Reiki, I think they work on 8 or so different bodies in the aura. I work on 50 different bodies within the aura. I can work on your free will. I can work on within your soul. There's various levels of the soul. There's something called a vivaxis connection, which is your connection to the earth. If that's broken, you could feel like you're wandering aimlessly and not feel grounded.
Wow.
So that's another important body. So there's a lot of different areas in the aura that need to be addressed, that exist, that need to be worked on to help with any health problem.
So was there any indication in the color of the aura that someone is sick?
What I do is I just use my charts. So if my chart says to work within the causal body, I'll ask what's causing the causal body to be sick. And generally it's going to be some type of energy problem, like a spiritual attachment, a negative energy, maybe possibly an alien attachment, that type of thing. So you got to do all that clearing within the energy bodies of your body to get to the physical problem.
Yeah, that's one heck of a big problem. For
well,
sure.
It sounds like it's really huge, but ultimately it's not as big as it sounds. When you're working with the techniques I have, it might take an hour or 2 sessions to get all of these things cleared out to get to the problem. So for me, it's not that big of a deal. I do it every day. Now here's something interesting. We all heard about voodoo and black magic, right?
Okay.
Where you take a pin, stick it in a doll that resembles somebody, and all of a sudden that person gets sick. I remove voodoo from people on a daily basis.
Really?
What I've done is, what I've done is I've boiled voodoo and black magic down to what it really is. And what it starts with, there's 2 different scenarios with this. One is just a negative thought. So let's say there's somebody on a different radio station that is jealous of you because you've got such a fantastic radio show. They're just jealous of you. So they keep on thinking about you, and they keep thinking, oh, that Bob Charles, he thinks he's so good, he's doing so well. That negative thought, because they're thinking about you, affects you at the quantum level, okay? So that's going to create a negative energy buildup in your body, and it's also going to create a health problem.
Boy, I need a treatment. A big one.
So that is one scenario of what voodoo is, okay? You can call it whatever you want. Different civilizations, different cultures call it something different. There's voodoo, there's hex, there's hoodoo, all different types of forms to describe it. Ultimately, it's a negative thought. Now, there's another scenario where I'm working with a lady in Florida right now who knows that there is a lady who is performing witchcraft on her, okay, and this person is extremely sick. She's got incredible bad luck. She's losing jobs, and she's doing nothing wrong. So I've got a picture of this lady who's doing the witchcraft. I got a sample of her hair, and I'm doing work to stop this lady from injuring and doing negative work on other people. So it goes from one extreme to another with voodoo and negative energy. There's family curses, okay? Somebody could put a curse on an entire family, and so now every time that a family member, let's say, gets pregnant or tries to find a relationship, they always fail at it. So you got to remove these negative thoughts and energies and broadcasts and curses sometimes to get rid of a problem.
And that's how can I say this? Because, you're in a business, I'm in a business. I mean, there are people out there that are talking about us all the time. I mean, it's just because we're talking about something that makes sense and they're not. But for whatever reason, how do you find something like that? I mean, I know that you and I and other people that I talk to every day are being bombarded by negative thoughts.
Right.
How do you put up the shields, against yourself?
Okay, here it's as easy as this. Okay, everything in our society, in our world, can be manipulated and controlled with intent. I intend to block this energy from my body. So if you know about it, it's easy to do. Here's the easiest way to block a negative thought from entering your body and causing a problem. Just envision yourself and intend that there is a mirror around your body, so whatever negative energy comes in, it reflects off and goes back to the person projecting it. It's as easy as that.
So that's all you got to do, just intent.
That's all you got to do. Intend that there's a mirror around you 24/7, 365 and a quarter days a year, and there is a 95% chance that all energy being transmitted toward you negatively is going to reflect back and not bother you. Now, of course, the energy that's in your body right now has to be cleared out. Once you're clean, then you can put that mirror around you and intend that none of this energy affects you. And what I do with this is I make a wristband that you wear, so you don't have to intend it. It's automatically intended. You wear the wristband, you have a mirror around you 24/7.
I think I need a wristband. That's for sure. I mean, really, I'm serious. I mean, when you get talking like we are, I mean, there's so many people out there that are professional, but they're like, oh no, that stuff never works, But these people are they're out in a lot of different areas, and that for the wrong reasons. We have so many things going on the planet right now, and that's based on economics. I mean, it's like, well, I'm not going to make money unless I do this. So if I do this and I shove down everybody's throat, they're going to buy it. I mean, really, what you and I are doing here is very simple. It's like, and I say it every single night that I sign off. I say it. Just say no.
Yes.
That's all you got to do. Just say no. There's your intent.
Exactly.
So we do that every night. Now, tell us a little bit more about where to find you on this website.
My website is chriskaylor.net, and it's spelled ChrisKehler.net. Don't do chriskaylor.com. That's another Chris Kaylor. I think he's an accountant or something. Oops. Do chriskaylor.net. I've got all my contact information on there. I've got pictures of all my tools. I've got a web store. Lots of information. You can email me anytime you want. My office number is on there. You can call me anytime you want. I will answer your call. I will get back to you within that day. I'm very easy to get a hold of. I love to talk to people, and I want to help everybody any way I can. I'm going to do this with taking as little money from you as possible and fix the problem as quick as possible so you can get on with your life. So chriskaylor.net is my website. If you want to get more insight to the work I do and my philosophies, I got about 70 different videos on YouTube. So just go on YouTube and search my name, and you will see all my YouTube videos that my friend Hayden did such a great job putting on for me. So lots of good ways to get a hold of me, and you will get a hold of me.
I will vouch for that. The YouTubes are awesome.
Nice.
They were really, really good. I mean, I watched quite a few of them. So anyway, thank you very much for being on the show. It's been an honor. Chris, you got to come back because we got to talk about this a little bit more. I mean, let's face it, we're going to get people to hate us. Let them.
I love the way you put that. Bob, anytime you want me on, I will be there.
Chris, you're the best. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
All righty. Now, ladies and gentlemen, of course, it is the end of the show for today. Tomorrow, we're on at 7 o'clock at night, and you know what? We got a great guest. Just go to the blogs, go to the website, and just click on the blogs. You can go to www.pyramid1network.com. Click on the blogs. We're there. It's our world. Let's start taking care of it. It's time to think for yourself. Open your heart to reality, and to all the misinformation you hear, just say no. Time as we know it is changing. Change with time. Don't forget, you can write me or the show direct at bobcharlesshow@live.com. Today, on the blog, you will have a copy of this show. Go to the blog. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you to the networks, all the networks, all over the world, that are taking this show and streaming this show. Let me just tell you a little bit about a couple of them locally. We have Knock Hard Radio in New York City, the best internet radio station in New York. Bandit Radio FM, the best in the West. Mix Network, mixing world energy all over the globe. And WBAD.net. in Washington, D.C. Don't forget, Sundays, go see the Tom and Susie Show at 8 o'clock at night on WBAD.net. This is Pyramid One Network, the only network that tells you the truth all the time. Well, maybe a little color here and there, but still, all the time, 100% of the time. And who powers Pyramid One Network? Kinetic Hi-Fi Radio, the #1 informative, educative community station, heard global in over 103 countries around the world and South Carolina. God bless y'all. Bob Charles,
Out!